You ready, Rich?
Ready, I'm all ready.
The big one. We've waited long enough. All the talk, all the hype. It's a huge show, and it's a huge show in many reasons for these two men. They virtually don't need an introduction. Please, Craig, get up here. Callum, get up here. Shall I start, Rich? Craig, I've got you here. And one of the things that always makes me smile a bit when I look at your fights or I look at talk is, we remember the old chat from Mike Tyson about everybody's got a plan till they get hit. And for yourself, everybody talks how to beat you, how to do this, how to do that. And then it's the old cliche, till they get hit. You're very laid back in terms of whoever's put in front of you. Has that always been with you, that confidence? Because, as I said, every single person came up and said, yeah, you've only got to do this to beat him. Yet your record speaks for itself.
I mean, yeah. People say I can't box. My last two fights, I've been hit once. The fight that Callum had last went 5 rounds. I had 5 years out the ring, and he didn't touch me. And it's true what you say. Everyone's got a plan. They're all confident. They're always confident. They always claim to be confident when they get in the ring with me, or before they get in the ring with me. But it always ends the same way, doesn't it? So I'm used to that. I try not to let it get to my head too much, because I know you can make yourself look like a mug in there if you don't train properly.
Can I pick you up there, Craig? Because that's exactly what I was thinking. With your record, and everybody, let's be honest, everybody comes to see you because we love knockout kings, right through professional boxing down. With that record, and people look at that and they come to see a certain performance from you, and they think, well, you know, 1 round, 2 round. That's the thing I worry about. Does it ever come complacent in your training that, so, you know, if ever there comes that time when you're in 3, 4, you're not complacent in your training? You were just about to say that, I think, yeah?
I've been caught out of it before when I was younger. My first 5 amateur fights, I breezed them. And then I come to number 6. Mate, he wasn't better than me, but he was fitter than me, and he smashed my face in, pretty much. So from there, I've never let myself do that again. And I won't let it do it now. Callum, I think, is an half-decent boxer, but I don't think... I'll still give him the respect that I need to not mug myself off, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm fit for 5 rounds light work. I could do 5 rounds right now, light work.
For me, it's like, you know, the old westerns. You've got the gunslinger that everyone wants to take a shot at. And there comes a time when everybody thinks, maybe this is the time, maybe this is the shot, now's the time. Are you still that hungry?
I mean, no, I'm not that hungry. I only started fighting again because my kids asked me to, and my missus wanted to watch me. That was the only reason I started doing it. But when I get in that ring, when I'm training with him, he don't let me slack up. Do you know what I mean? When I'm in there, I'm training, and I train hard. Come fight now. I love the fighting. Don't get me wrong. I love fighting. It's the slog of going to work every day, coming home, going to the gym. But I do it like I love it. I don't love it, but I do it like I love it, and that's the difference.
Now, Steve said, and I wondered if this gets under your skin or frustrates you a bit, because Steve said right at the beginning of the show, don't underestimate him. He's a boxer. With your record, do you get tired of, well, maybe you don't explain to them, people, that, hey, I'm just not a knockout merchant. I'm just not a one-trick pony. There's a lot more to me.
Well, the art of boxing is to hit and not get hit. And my last 2 fights, I've been hit once. So, I mean, that's the art of boxing, isn't it? Hit them, don't get hit yourself.
That's the ultimate part of boxing, yeah.
I'm hard to hit. And the thing is, I don't usually have much to prove, and it is quite frustrating because everyone just goes, oh, he's going to knock him out, and it does do my head in a little bit. But like Callum said in his interview, he gets to dish out a little bit of humble pie, saying, because everyone's writing him off. But I get to do that. I get to dish out a little bit of humble pie when it comes to my boxing skills, which is what I plan on doing.
That's good to hear, Craig, because I said this is a phenomenal bout, but having known you both, met you both, one thing I can honestly say is, as you said, it's not nice to admit, but I think a number of your opponents have gone in there beaten before they start with the reputation, what you do. There's very few, as you said, some do it for the payday, some do it because they've been pushed into a corner. Does it excite you that I honestly think for the first time in a long time, you've got a guy doing it simply because he wants to beat you?
It makes absolutely no difference to me. No difference whatsoever. It's just another body to put in a bag for me. That is literally it. When I go in there, I want to take your head off, and that's it. Don't care who you are. That's my game plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be some sort of bout. Rich, do you want to talk to Callum?
Well, so yeah, it was quite. I mean, just listening to what he's saying now, he is showing you the respect, and obviously you know what you're facing. We spoke when this fight got made. When I've seen you at the gym, we spoke off camera about it. Just listen to what Craig's saying there with Malcolm. If you've got any sort of responses to any of those points.
No, like we all know Craig. The biggest question is, can Craig hit hard? Yes, he can. But I've boxed at heavyweight. Do you know what I mean? I've been hit hard. I've been hit hard in the amateurs, white collar heavyweights. Anybody that's weighing in 80 kilos and above hits hard. It's not new to me, so it doesn't faze me. I'm just looking forward to it.
I think there's one thing interesting Malcolm mentioned there with Craig was, I've seen it with his last 2 fights for sure, the opponents were beat in the ring. Before the bell even
100%.
went, they were beat before they even started. But, sorry.
I don't think that was true for Mateo. He's a fucking nut job, isn't he?
Yeah, so for those that don't know Mateo, he's, bless him, I mean, he's fought a lot. He's fought a lot of people. But I like the man. I give him a lot of respect. And he had a really interesting, I don't know if a lot of you saw, but I did a Facebook Live with Mateo. And he did make some sense in that. But I asked for his prediction with this because he's fought both of you, man. And there's no one here to give a better account than him, in all honesty. And his prediction was either Craig early stoppage or it's going to go right to the end. I mean, I don't know what you think about that. Obviously, Craig's just brought up he don't think Mateo was beat before the fight.
Yeah, I'll have to disagree with that one. It's the same as Mark Dennis. I respect anybody for getting in the ring against anybody, especially against people like Craig that knocks 90% of opponents out. But Mark Dennis, he quit in the second round, and I'm not here to quit. I'm here to win. So there's a big difference. And that's the difference between me and Craig. I am hungry. Like Craig's got, 12 years on me? Do you know what I mean? I'm still young. Like, I'm 26. I believe he's in his late 30s. Do you know what I mean? So I think the years are going to catch up with him, and we'll do the business.
Well, obviously, I'm going to give Craig a chance to reply because obviously Craig went first. First thing, though, Craig, one of the things that you and I were talking about beforehand, and this is what most people think, again, it's like, oh, it's going to be Craig early or Callum late. This is what one of the things that you said was frustrating you, is they think that you either knock them out or that's it. Your answer to that, two things here. One, the age is, you and I mentioned about the old guns, age is going to catch up with you. And two, if you don't do it early, you're through.
I mean, I've changed a few things in my diet. Probably people are sick of me posting it, to be fair. But I feel better now than when I did when I was mid-20s. The age thing, I seem to be fucking Benjamin Button in it, because I feel all right, I feel good. And when I say I'm not hungry, it's not that I'm not, I love fighting. I can't wait to get in there and punch people in the face. It's just the fucking slog of training every day. It's long, innit? It's long when you got kids, when you got work, but I still do it. I force myself to do it. I make myself do it. Like, discipline makes you do that shit. I'll be lying if I said I want to do it every day, because I don't. I'm lazy by nature. But I do it, and I make sure I do it. And when it comes to fight night, because I know I've done it, that gives me that little bit of spite, that little bit of bite between my teeth before I get in there, and I'm like, yeah, he's having it now. And yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, I'm not hungry in the way that I used to be hungry, but I still want to. Anyone that says they want to fight me, I'm here to fight them. 100%.
Callum, picking up on that, one of the things, your transformation recently we've all talked about, I mean, probably in the best shape of your life, but there's two things about that. One, we can say that you are absolutely peaking at the right time. But two, Rich just mentioned earlier, maybe some people are questioning 1-2 fights too early?
Yeah, there's been a lot of that on social media. Is it too early? You know, this, that, and the other. But I wouldn't be doing myself justice at 26 years old and not being able to fight someone that's 38 years old. Do you know what I mean? Like, if now's not the right time, when is the right time? Like, I believe in myself. The gym believes in me, and that's all that matters. But yeah, it's not one step too far, to answer your question. It's really not. Like, yeah, if I can't fight someone like Craig now, then I'll never be able to fight someone like Craig. So.
And you and I had a conversation a few weeks back, and either you're a very convincing liar, or you're genuinely one of those going in that is unafraid. Yeah,
people don't scare me. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing that Craig beats people before they get in the ring, because, you know, we would all like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you can beat someone before they step in the ring with you, then that's half the job's done, isn't it? But yeah, there's no fear. I don't get scared. I don't get beat before I get in the ring. Yeah, it's literally as simple as that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask both men for final words, not predictions necessarily. I don't like that sort of thing. But before I do, I don't know about you, but I've got genuine goosebumps. We've got two men at the absolute top of the game here. We talk about levels. This is the levels. I hate the term white-collar boxing until they come up with something better. But you look at the pro game, you look at the pro game at a certain level. This tops anything with these two men. So, and again, people were saying, I don't know what the stare down's going to be like. I don't know what the talk's going to be like. We've got two respectful men at the absolute peak here that are both capable of certain things. So I'm going to ask Craig, I said, I don't want predictions. I just want your final thoughts on this bout, which has caught the imagination of everyone, Craig.
Final thoughts, I don't know. I know what I think is going to happen. I think I'm going to go in there, do what I always do, and win the fight. I don't care how I win it. I don't care if I beat him via decision, split decision, knock him out. My only thing I want to do is make sure that I'm beating the person that wants to fight me. That's the be-all and end-all. Yeah, that's my whole thing is make sure I beat this man, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, it's the same really, isn't it? Final words is we got to go in there and win, but it's not going to be easy. No fight's easy, you know. But the work we've been putting in. I got to train to the level of intensity that I know nobody's training harder than me. Then I'm convinced, and then I'm believing in myself. And we've achieved that already. 4 weeks away, 4 weeks yesterday, and so it's just a case of ticking over and sharpening the tools now. And 4 weeks today, I believe I'll be the winner.
Before I let these two men have the stare down and the photos, Rich, as I said, I've generally got goosebumps. I am so looking forward to this bout. You've heard them both. You've got two men here that, for me, quite bluntly, are fearless. They're totally 100% believing in what they're capable of, and rightly so. I mean, Craig's record speaks for itself. Callum's coming down the weights. Your final thoughts on this, because to me, this is just a monster bout.
Listen, Steve will say it. It's a promoter's the old cliche. You know, get your tickets. Listen. I don't need to bang the drum about this fight. If you know these two, you know you're going to get a good fight. Whether it lasts a minute, whether it lasts 12 minutes, further, we're in for a treat. We don't know how it's going to go. None of us know how this is going to go. I don't know. I can normally tell you. Because I visit these boxers. I see them training. I can normally, 90% of the time, tell you who's going to win. I won't publicly tell you, but I know deep down who's going to win. All right, just because of what I don't know, it's unpredictable, and I think that's what makes this exciting. This man has got lead in his hands. His boxing IQ is good. We know Craig's a good boxer too, but he can also punch. We don't know what's going to happen. The only way we're going to find out is on September the 28th.
That's right, Rich. I mean, as Craig said earlier, everybody's got an opinion. Everybody says, oh, Craig does this, Callum does that. When I talk about levels, all I can say to finish this is we're at the top of the mountain here. And you can say what you want, but you have to be there, because I honestly feel we've got the fight of the year here, and I am so proud to be commentating on this. And guys, I love you both. I wish you both the best of luck, but I just think we're in for an absolute treat. Yeah, come on, let's hear it for both of them. It's going to be some fight.